My name is Rebekah Love. I'm the creator behind Organized for Love, a wellness and productivity brand catered to millennial Black women. Now, I just completed my first online course, Digital Decluttering 101. If you have not enrolled or you want to see more, there's actually a free preview you can see below in the info, more description for more information on that. But I just finished up the last lesson in the Digital Decluttering online course, and I wanted to talk about another part of decluttering that I mentioned on my website. I want to talk about spiritual decluttering. Oh my God. Whew. It's super heavy because I'm actually going through my own transition that I wanted to talk more about. It's the intangible decluttering. It's the decluttering of ideologies and concepts that I've internalized and that I've been carrying. And I want to talk about my process of pretty much decluttering my spirit of these things that I've been carrying all my life. So recently my therapist actually gathered me, and she told me some hard truths about myself that I really have heard before, but I didn't hear it in the way, in the time that she told me, I didn't hear it that way yet. So I heard it differently. And she was basically saying like, hey, you need to learn how to work. You need to learn how to be consistent when it comes to working. You need to step back and take the baby steps of learning what it looks like to work and be consistent and pay bills. Oh my God, y'all. This has been a topic for me that has been kind of embarrassing because I've been really struggling with and coming to terms with this idea that I don't know how to pay bills. It's embarrassing. It's an embarrassing thing to admit out loud, but I feel like because it's such a pain and yucky topic for me, I'm like, all right, let me talk about it. And because I'm on the topic of decluttering, I figured it was a good topic. So I didn't grow up seeing my parents pay bills. And I really didn't grow up seeing that type of structure of like going to work and coming home. You know, my parents are entrepreneurs and there wasn't a lot of structure in my household. So I kind of grew up just not really seeing the traditional, you know, you see your parents get up and go to work and you see them pay bills. Like I knew bills, the rent and things were being paid, but I really didn't know how, because my parents didn't have traditional 9 to 5, so I've never really had that experience. And I internalized how to not pay bills. So although it looks different for them, the way that it has manifested in me is I don't really know how to pay bills. And I think I've been getting by in life, just kind of barely making it on this concept of like, you know, paying Peter to pay Paul and just barely making it. And you know, my therapist gathered me because she is incredibly compassionate and understanding and knows my story and my spirit, and she's gentle with me, and she used that as well as just some kind of tough love and really saying the things that needs to be said out loud, like telling me like, girl, you don't know how to pay bills, you have to learn how to pay bills. And that was just really hard. And for me, it was facing myself and being able to be like, wow, this is really uncomfortable to hear. This does not feel good. It did not feel good. I did not like it. And in general, when I feel so much discomfort where I want to leave or I don't want to hear something, I typically stop to listen or I pay attention more intently. And what typically happens, I make a major shift because I'm realizing that, wow, I'm deeply uncomfortable with this truth. Like, I do not like this. And I usually go into this mode of like, oh, I gotta change this shit. This is not gonna work for me. Like, especially since I've perceived myself of someone who's independent, you know, businesswoman. I know how to, you know, get things done and pay this bill and pay that bill. But, you know, really sitting in that session, it was just kind of like, I don't really know how to do these things. I've just been kind of pretending to know how to do them, not just for myself, but just the way that I maneuver in the world, but really so for just myself in my own private space. Like, I don't know how to do these things, and I'm acting as if I do, but I never really learned how to do them. So what after that therapy session of just that hard truth, I went to my journal, because that's what I do, and I was just journaling about the things that may be uncomfortable, but really just facing it. Like, how can I shift this? How can I say, like, hey, okay, you never really learned how to pay bills, so what is the next step? Organizing myself and putting some action steps to really shifting the things that I've internalized into things that a new ways of being. And so for me, it was just like, okay, what's this next step? How can I organize my finances to say, okay, let me pay this bill every time I get paid. Let me just automatically transfer money into my savings, or automatically transfer money into a certain account that is solely for that bill. And so doing things like writing down things like that, that's what I did when I was journaling. But more importantly, I was writing, just iterating the things that she said and how they made me feel, and facing them in a way that I've never faced before. Because like I said, I've heard these things before, but I never faced them, or I never heard them this way. And I'm turning 28 June 16th, and I do feel like it's like, all right, sis, you cannot give any more excuses. You can't say like, oh, because your check isn't consistent, oh, because it's not full-time, oh, because you grinding and trying to build your business. Like, I'm at this point, like, I can no longer excuse my habits and my behaviors with these things that could potentially be legitimate, but I can't throw off changing and growing and evolving by using these excuses that I have been using for quite some time. And I think because I speak the way that I speak, I think people around me, or close friends of mine, or people that know this closely may not tell me certain things. I'm able to say like, oh, well, I work part-time, or I'm a student, or just a way to kind of creep away why this bill wasn't paid on time, or why my bank account was in overdraft once again. So now I'm at a place where I can't lie to myself. Like, I can no longer give myself, I can't accept those excuses anymore. Like, it's just whack at this point, and it's corny, and being bred that way, I was just like, okay, I can't continue on like this. So I don't know where you are when it comes to spiritual decluttering, but I really would like to know. This is something that I'm addressing in my present moment today, where you see me as I stand. And so I hope that this resonated with you. I really want to do more videos like this and kind of talk about spiritual decluttering, purging things that don't belong and don't serve you and don't serve me. And so yeah, I want to talk about these things, the things that make you feel the things that you kind of like don't want to share with the world and you're embarrassed about. Like, let's talk about them, let's learn from one another, and yeah, let's heal. All right, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, subscribe. If you resonated with it, or it reminded you of someone, share this video with someone. And I'll see y'all in the next video.